All right, I want to piece together a little something of what I've been doing all week here at Weber University, Davis campus in Layton, Utah. This is one of the shops that I've been working in. Oh, and by the way, that is with Professor Kelly, is who I'm doing this class with. And these are some of the EVs that they have back there. The far one is a Nissan. Back there, I think, is the Tesla X. I'm getting more familiar with these as the week goes on, but there's everything. I am not a Ford guy, but I'm pretty sure back there is the Mustang Mach-E, I think it is. And then the rest of the shop, I think that's most of the EVs, but this is just an idea to give you an idea of how big this shop the shops actually are and what we're working on. So what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this shop, we have 6 EV hybrids that we are working on. I'm going to take you over to the other shop now and show you what's going on. What I like is they have all these vehicles already staged on the lifts for us, and we can lift them up as needed to get under to look at the batteries and stuff. Actually, today is day 3, and we are going to be doing some of the stuff with the batteries, with taking them out, dropping them down, and doing that. I want to get some footage of some of us working on that just to show you what we're doing. But now I'm going to go and I'm going to either go to the hall where you walk in and show you some of the neat EV hybrid stuff, or into the other shop. I don't know yet. You'll get whatever comes next. This is day 3. So we'll start with when you walk into the facility. This is what you see, and this is, like I said, this is their automotive technology campus. Sorry about the sun, it's right there in the back. But this is the showcase of some of the automotive stuff through the years. Actually, what I thought was cool, which I don't know how many people, unless you're into EVs, would know this, but what I thought was cool was that's sort of the start of EVs, I would say, by major manufacturers, the EV1 by GM. And there's none, well, if there is, there's few in existence, because you'd have to look it up, but basically GM put them out on lease, took them all back and crushed them because they felt they weren't going anywhere back in the, I think it was mid to late 90s. But anyhow, this is what this case has in it. And of course the automatic transmission, just some real cool stuff. And this is what you're greeted with when you come in here. Certainly seems automotive, doesn't it? And where I'm going now is into the main shop, where we are doing the bulk of our work. And this shop is just amazing. We start over here with the Kia Niro. I won't remember all the names, but they have all vehicles on lifts, as we did over in the other side. And of course, as you can see, I think we have pieces and parts from all different EV hybrid vehicles. And today, where we're probably going to be working and spending most of our time, is here on the EV batteries that they have. But here are the parts of the EVs. And me personally, anybody who watches my channel, you know I'm really into this stuff, and I have EVs. This is actually the things that are taken out of various vehicles. The professor and his helpers, or whoever, they have everything labeled very well. So this is where we're learning, and I'll take a walk back here. We'll go back here. We'll follow the shelves just to show you some of this stuff. Oh, we're going to see a first generation Prius. I can honestly tell you I knew nothing about the first generation Prius. I was not into the Priuses. I owned one in 06 or 07, and well, let's just say I sold it and bought my Volt. So anyhow, here's some of the stuff on the shelves. And I mean, that is what is so neat. You come over here and you can just see how well everything is marked and in order. And I will tell you, I've been to other classes. I've done other classes. They were very good. But once again, and maybe I did say this, the way this is set up is just fabulous. The automatic transmission electrical, the way it's set up, there is the first gen Prius, and just shelves of stuff. These vehicles here on lifts, we have the hybrids. This is a Ford Exploder hybrid. There you can see Professor Kelly and his helper. We have the first generation Bolt EV, which I now have a 2023 EUV Bolt. More things on the shelves and the different things. What we're doing this morning is we're just setting up everything to get it ready for the class, and that's what Professor Kelly is busy with. So I'll come over this way, and part of this for me too is it's just cool to learn what some of these vehicles are. There's so many different Teslas and stuff. They changed it out on us. I'm sorry. They put the Nero back here. They're both purple. That might have been the Tesla up there, but that's why I said you have to get. There's so many different vehicles here that you have to get familiar with them. And we have workstations set up showing the parallel hybrids, series hybrid, parallel series hybrids. It's like I say, there's a 2017 Chevy Volt, which I had one of that generation. Yeah, that purple one up there is a Tesla. But where you see the people seated, that's where we set up for our classroom part of the training. But this is it's pretty cool. It's just like I say, it's been a really neat experience. People can have Disneyland. I'll take this course any day over Disney. But all right, maybe I'll get some video of working on some of these vehicles when we have them up in the air and just doing some stuff with them.
It's still all one voltage, right around 3.7 volts nominal. So we have these typically 96 cells, but in series with each other to increase the voltage. But we also have other vehicles that have as low as 94. I believe that Model X Plaid that we have over there has 110 in series with each other. It's like a 463 volt battery instead of 400. So as part of your assignment, you're going to be looking at the individual cell voltages. You'll be looking at the overall battery voltage in its current state of charge. And then typically on the scan tool, you can see how much current is leaving the battery to supply whatever's happening on the car. The DC to DC converter we talked about yesterday, and whatever else, the climate control and so on.
All right, so in day 3, we are now taking batteries apart. This is a 4th generation Prius battery. We have Volt batteries over there to take apart. Well, we got plenty of batteries all over. So that's what we're working on right now. this is the exercise that we're doing.
Is there a service plug?
Yeah.
So just for fun, since we have the covers off the batteries, we'll take a walk around. You're good. Different batteries look like.
What is the voltage?
Doing the checks on them. Ford.
About 281.
And I can be honest, I don't know what all these are out of. Just taking a look at them.
Yeah.
Prius, okay.
There you go.
17.
Well, there's different gens as I've found of the Prius, so and they look different because we were working on a Prius over there. There's a Leaf, Nissan Leaf. We'll go to the next one.
On each cell.
I'm pretty sure this is a Bolt battery, if I'm not mistaken.
BMW.
Oh, BMW. Okay. It had a B in it. And a Gen 2 volt battery apart.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Ultra.
So that is just what different manufacturers' batteries look like.
So we got 96 cells, I think, here. And these are kind of grouped together. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it reads these voltages through these separate connectors here. So these little orange connectors here, each represent one of those groups or blocks. It's liquid cooled and heated. And we measure battery voltage, overall voltage. Here, this is live right now. Get my probes on there, right?
Send it.
So there's a couple covers got to pop open and measure voltage. And we're about 387 volts right now. And if you want to read like one of these bricks, we went here. That's about 100 volts. They kind of vary. So that adds up to that 400-ish volts. The contactors are back in here, and you can kind of barely see back in underneath here the white free charge. So that's where the resistor is up in here. Oh, yep. So for testing, we took out one of these connectors for the scan tool for the computer and plugged this breakout box in instead. And so they give you a decoder chart here in the service manual. And so for this one, this is number 7. So I had to look and figure out where number 7 was. And so we got to be in switch A or B. So down here, A and B. And then up here, you got to pick which one of those you want. So if you go to A1, for example, A1 is cell number 85. So it tells you which cell you're testing by doing that.
Each of them around like 4 volts.
Yep, I was going to plug that in so you can see it here if I can get it.
Yeah, thank you for showing this. This is great.
Twist the probes here so I can get in there. Hate gloves. My coordinated as is, the gloves help, right? Okay, so I've got that plugged in, the breakout box, and just a little over 4 volts. And that was cell 85. If I go to 86, whoops, I should have changed a little bit, but they're all about 4 volts. There's number 3, so it's 87, and 88, and 89, and 90. So they should all been about 4 volts, I can see that. So